So I'm going to just throw out a statistic that was pre-pandemic. Earlier this year in mid-February, I know that sounds like 8 years ago, 80 years ago at this
doesn't
point.
it? Oh my gosh.
But mid-February, but literally while we were just hearing about this pandemic as something that was still in China,
right?
Literally US politicians hadn't even commented on it yet. I gave a talk at a very reputable mortgage broker company who invited me in as a Ramsey coach, knowing the biblical background of the program. And they said, we want you to speak to our room, specifically class for women, about the psychology of money. Mm-hmm. And so there's a little bit of I don't want to say there's a conflict of interest as a Christian, but there is definitely a psychology of money. God created us as humans and we have these human tendencies and there's psychology behind humans. And so I sat down and I went through kind of all the normal statistics that I would give during any presentation, Christian based or not. The pre-pandemic percentage at the end of 2019, and I literally had a whole slide that showed exactly where I got these numbers from. 89% of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck pre-pandemic.
I can't even imagine what that is like now.
And I didn't know to say pre-pandemic. We didn't know we were going to have a pre-pandemic. So the statement just came out. 89% of people are living paycheck to paycheck, period.
Period. End of story. And to me, that is insane. But the Bible teaches us we need to be good stewards of our money. And I am of the philosophy that money is not a bad thing. Money is not an evil thing. It's what do we do with it? And, when we create more money for ourselves, we're able to go out there and help more people and do more good in the world. So I don't view money as an evil thing. And I don't believe that the Bible does either, but it absolutely teaches us we have to be a steward of good money and we have to give. We're not going to be, when we can't take care of the little that we have, we're not going to be given more, and we have to give back, to society. That's how this all works. 89%. That has a lot to do with, I believe, marketing. I believe, we live in this world where we think we have to have everything. We have to live in the $1 million home. We have to have, 2 and 3 cars. We have to have the clothes, all the lifestyle that is creating such a stressor over here on this side.
That's so funny that you just said that, because one of the other statistics I gave in that presentation was that, and it was, this one was specific to millennials, but the same survey of people who were employed, it was an employee survey of a very, very, very large swath of companies.
Right.
71% of millennials said in 2019, their financial stress had increased over the last year. 71 said they increased over 2019. We still hadn't touched the pandemic status at this point. So if 71% increased in 2019, imagine what percentage increased in the first 5 months of 2020. It's crazy.
Of 2020.
And I want to address what you said about money being not a bad thing.
No. And
I think millennials have this in their head, specifically millennials. Money is amoral.
Yes.
This pen is amoral. Mm-hmm. If I take this pen and, God forbid, I stab Amy with it, the pen did not do that. It was the function of the human being managing the pen to make its actions amoral.
Right.
A brick, Dave Ramsey has used this example before, a brick is amoral.
Right.
If we take a brick and we throw it through a window, we have now done something amoral with the brick.
Right.
If we take that brick and we build a children's hospital, it's the same brick, guys. It's the exact same brick.
Right.
It's just we have taken this inanimate object that God has given us authority over, and now we're doing something different with it. Yeah. It is not a sin to have money.
No.
And people think that that's what the Bible says. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. I have been dragged into social media conversations by people who are like, wait, Suzanne knows the answer to this, commenting, tags me in another post. Tell this person they're wrong. And I'm like, well,
No.
I didn't sign up to be here, but you are wrong. The love of money is the root of all evil, not money is the root of all evil.